Having supervision problems in your office or your enterprise? Our topic today is developing management skills, discussing management principles, or at least the basics of it, and defining what managing is all about. So hello there, future leaders. I am Ramon M, an engineer, an MBA with 40 years working experience in corporate life, experienced in people management, training, and development and motivation, including managing change in organizations. Let's define management: having supervisory or executive control over an enterprise or an operating part of that. Management is a process of planning, organizing, leading, setting up controls over the human resource and information and physical resource of your organization, and with the objective of attaining its mission efficiently and effectively. Why do management skills matter? First, every manager needs continuing skill acquisition to succeed in his office work, in his office mission or enterprise. You need skills to achieve your goals, whether they are short-term, medium-term, or even long-term goals. But what happens? Many supervisors are led to what? Frustration, bad vibes, or anger between himself and his people. Then it lowers productivity and output. Then there's more frustration. And then what happens is you have absenteeism, tardiness, and all those sort of things that happens. And then eventually the enterprise fails. So there are areas in the manager's need to improve their skill. Finally, first and foremost of all is structure, understanding what the structure is, the job or the tasks of the people that work for him, and finally, of course, the behavior of his own people. Structure is essentially the purpose of existence and the nature of your department's contribution to the mission of the organization. The jobs or the task simply means these are the works being done by your people, no matter how many numbers they are, more particularly those that belong under your wing. It's your responsibility to include upskilling requirements of your people, the desired level of confidence, as well as the output out of the tasks that they perform. And finally, one of the most important skill development areas is understanding the behavior of your own people. It's the study of the individual's performance and his interactions between yourself and your worker and amongst your workers themselves in your own work environment. And it determines and impacts a lot on the job performance of each and every one in the organization. So you have structure, the task, and finally, the behavior. These are your areas of skill development as a manager of your people. Now, let me discuss some basic principles of management. One is what is called the inverted triangle. A simple triangle which identifies the different levels in the organization. From the top are the fewer ones. They're called top management. Then there's the middle management, and then there's your staff or worker level. However, the inverted triangle tells you that from the top is the biggest role that they perform, which is defining the business direction as well as policy making in that organization. The mid-level managers actually interpret these policies and implement them. And finally, the staff or the worker level performs creatively, which is their role. The two triangles is called the inverted triangle principle. Now, there is also another principle in management. It's called the bridging principle. Sometimes I call it the bridge principle. The manager acts as bridge between senior management, which is on top, and his people, which is at the bottom. The supervisor or the manager himself acts as communicator, facilitator, and motivator of his people, and then makes the job right. That is the bridging principle. The other principle is called the productivity principle. It's a kind of three circles overlapping each other, and each circle means one, the structure. The second circle is the process. The third is the competence of the people working for you. The greater the congruence of the structure, process, and competence of the people, the greater will be the productivity. We can have more topics on this as we move along. And then, of course, the final principle that I'd like to take up with you is Ernest Hemingway's iceberg principle. You know an iceberg? Something that you see, it's a big chunk of ice that you see, but you don't really see what's underneath it, which is the bigger chunk of ice underneath. What you see, or what is seen by the manager, are essentially the words, the tonality, the skill of the person, the body language, his gestures. These are things that are seen by the manager. However, there are things that are not seen by the manager. Primarily, these are his beliefs, the values of the person, the biases, the prejudices, the fears, the experiences, the feelings, or dreams. That is not seen. Not unless you, the manager, can study a lot more on behavioral leadership development, and that study can help motivate that worker. Then you as manager begin to see what is not seen. Well, understanding this will surely help you become a better leader of your people in your workplace. We will have more topics for you in our forthcoming videos. So you may comment down below for topics you would like us to talk about. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much, and see you in our forthcoming videos.